Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2023 Honda CRV all-wheel drive EX. And big thanks to Joe at Ocean Honda in Port Richey, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Joe, ever since 1997, the Honda CRV has been one of the best-selling compact crossover SUVs in the American segment. It was released globally in 1995. The 6th generation CRV that you see here is all new for 2023. Compared to the previous generation, it is 2.7 inches longer, 1.6 inch longer wheelbase, and 0.4 of an inch wider. Noticeable increase, not quite as drastic of an increase compared to the new HRV, but the CRV is a class above the HRV, so it also had to get an increase in overall size, allowing us to also get 15 millimeters of additional rear legroom, and the rear seats now recline up to 10.5 degrees. Same power figures, however, at least with the 1.5 liter turbo cranking out 190 horsepower, 179 pound-feet of torque. However, Honda says the tuning is improved for the engine and the transmission for better response and smoother and less buzzy acceleration versus 2022. The hybrid power plant is a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder, very similar to what we would get from the HRV, but we also get 2 electric motors, which allow us to get 204 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque. We get more cargo space for the hybrid, now 36 cubic feet, 77 cubic feet with the rear seats folded down, which is the exact same as the gas. However, with the gas engine, we get an additional 3 cubic feet of secret storage in the cargo space. The 2023 CRV is available in 4 different trim levels, starting with the EX that you see here with a base price of $31,110. You can upgrade to the EXL, which is also the gas engine, at $33,760. However, the Sport Hybrid actually sits below the EXL price-wise at $32,450, basically the same features as the EX, but we get black wheels, roof rails, and the hybrid powertrain, which again makes 204 horsepower, 247 pound-feet of torque. The EXL starts at $33,760, but we get leather, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, power tailgate, and a 9-inch touchscreen. The top trim is a Sport Touring Hybrid. We get Bose, hands-free tailgate, heated steering wheel, and the base price around $38,000. The EX, however, is still loaded with features. We get available all-wheel drive that we have here, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, Honda Sensing all standard. The Honda Sensing includes auto emergency braking, lane keep assist, road departure mitigation, adaptive cruise control with low speed follow, traffic sign recognition, LED headlamps, 7-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 240 watt audio system, dual zone auto climate, power moonroof, smart access with push to start, and a base price under $32,000. What else we get for the money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice your LED daytime running lights, LED headlamps too for the high and low beam. Very clean look. Definitely see the upgrade. Blacked out grille, a little bit of shiny chrome right up top. Down below, I'm liking that honeycomb design. Ton of airflow for this turbocharged 1.5 liter 4-cylinder. The Honda Sensing is housed in the Honda badge. We'll take one more step back. Hopefully you can get a good look at the front styling. It kind of reminds me of the all-new refreshed Blazer RS. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. The Chevy Blazer RS, a little bit of functional airflow in the corner too. Hopefully I can pick up that airflow. Nice. The wheel and tire setup, we get standard 18-inch alloys with Bridgestone E-Copia all-season tires, some of the best all-seasons in the business. The dimensions are 235/60 R18, so the 60 series sidewall should really help with the ride quality, and the Bridgestone E-Copias are one of the grippier all-season tires in the business. Not quite sure what's going on over here in the parking lot. Everyone's honking their horn. But anyway, we get some plastic cladding surrounding the wheel well. The 2023 CRV, at least for the gas engines, is available in either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Here we have all-wheel drive, but if we didn't, the plastic cladding is certainly appreciated if you're in some rocky areas. Plastic cladding for the rocker panel too. The mirrors are body color, LED turn signal on them. The glass fills up the entire frame. Blind spot monitoring standard in all 2023 CRVs, rear cross traffic alert, all Honda Sensing, loaded with features. We get some shiny chrome surrounding the window trim, blacked out B and C pillars, dark tints out rear too, smart access for the driver and the front passenger. We can get a quick look at the window sticker for the 2023 CRV 1.5 turbo all-wheel drive EX. Base price $32,610. You can pause, take a look at all the standard features. Hopefully the tints aren't too much in your way. 190 horsepower CVT all-wheel drive, McPherson struts up front, multi-link out rear, electric power steering. Pause, take a look at all the safety features, interior features, 7-inch touchscreen, audio system with 240 watts, which is solid for a compact SUV. Rear cross traffic monitor, dual zone auto climate. Exterior features, moonroof is somehow an exterior feature. Blind spot monitoring, 18-inch alloys, 235/60 R18s, LED head and tail lights, auto on and off headlights, variable intermittent windshield wipers. Not sure why that needs to be mentioned. They're not auto rain sensing wipers. Tailgate spoiler, heated power door meters with turn indicators, remote engine start. That's a nice feature. Plus Honda sensing. Everything is base in this vehicle. We don't have any options outside of this full tank of fuel, which is no charge anyway. $33,855 after a $1,245 destination and handling charge. Miles per gallon, 29 combined, 27 city, 32 highway. Very solid for the segment. Out rear, the gas cap is push to open with easy fill. You could throw 87 octane fuel in here, but with turbocharged 4 cylinders, we know historically they're just better long term with premium fuel. Full LED for the taillights, very Volvo-esque. That was the first thing I noticed when I saw this. I was like, is this an XC60? No, it's not. It's a CRV. And shout out Ocean Honda in Port Richey, Florida for making this review possible. The turn signal is halogen, LED for the reverse light, all-wheel drive badge right above the Honda badge. That's pretty cool, actually. But anyway, we'll take a step back. LED third, brake light, shark fin style antenna. We'll take a squat back here. Dual exhaust tips, just like the previous generation. But speaking of the exhaust tips, let's fire up this 1.5 liter turbo and hear how she sounds. All right, guys, that was the sound of the 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder sold by Honda for the 2023 6th generation all-new CRV, and it sounds pretty decent for what it is, making a healthy amount of power at 190 horsepower, 179 pound-feet of torque. You can upgrade to the hybrid, which makes 204 horsepower, down a little bit compared to 2022, which made about 212. 247 pound-feet of torque with the hybrid, enough to get the CRV to 60 around 7.8, 7.9 seconds. The gas engine will be closer to 8, 8.1, 8.2, but still healthy numbers with all-wheel drive, good traction, solid power, and it sits low in the engine bay, so definitely good for handling. The hydraulic struts are appreciated by me. We can shut this thing up though. What you see is basically what we get, solid funnel for the intake, and we get a little heat shield over here on the hood itself. We can shut this thing right up, take one more step back, get one last look at the front styling on the all-new 2023 Honda CRV. And as far as the interior, for the base EX, it has all-wheel drive, but outside of all-wheel drive, this is as base of a CRV as you're gonna get. So up top, soft touch materials for the entire upper part and middle part of the door panel, aluminum door handle, some faux carbon trim beneath that, gushy soft leather for the armrest, auto one touch for the front two windows. The windows themselves are not dual pane, but they're really thick, single pane of glass, auto one touch on the way up, 2 power windows out rear, 4-way adjustable mirrors. It says CRV above your speaker. This is 1 out of your 6 speakers for the 240 watt audio system, solid storage. You'll fit, you can probably horizontally fit a foot long in here. I don't know what kind of cup you'll fit with that kind of shape, but you'll definitely fit some snacks there. No nameplate stepping inside. The seats are cloth, but they're very comfortable, very impressive bolstering for a cloth seat. The bottom portion is also very well bolstered, fully adjustable, power adjustable, lumbar recline, drop, lift, and slide. Stepping inside the 2023 CRV, we can start this motor right up, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So first thing we notice is the steering wheel. It's not leather wrapped for the base EX. It is leather wrapped for the trims above this. Decent 10-2 bolstering notch though, 9-3 fits well in your hands. Get some aluminum trim on the bottom portion. To the left of the steering wheel, we can skip our songs, adjust the volume, AM, FM, Sirius, return home, voice commands, and this little dial for the infotainment screen. So we can check that out real quick. Right now we're looking at seat belts, maintenance, safety support, no content, brightness, settings, gauge display settings, warning, range and fuel, speed and time, driver attention, all-wheel drive torque distribution. My personal favorite to look at would probably be just that, the all-wheel drive torque distribution. The gauges themselves, the tach goes to about 6,500. Not sure if it actually revs that high for a turbo 4-cylinder. That's pretty high revving. It'll probably shift around 6. The speedometer goes to 140 miles an hour with a digital speedo in the center. The horn area, it is rubberized. The horn itself, not very aggressive, but people should still be getting out of your way. On the right side, we have our cruise control settings, radar cruise control, and lane keep assist with active steering standard on the 2023 CRV with a $31,000 base price. The stocks have a really satisfying click, auto headlamps, auto high beams on the right side, no auto rain sensing wipers, but still we get the intermittent function right here on the side. Rear wiper too, appreciated. On the left of the steering wheel, we have just traction control. The air vents have very Civic-esque design to it. Pretty cool, I like it. You can tilt and telescope in the steering wheel with this latch, hood latch release, get a good look at your pedals. We don't get a floor mounted accelerator pedal, but hopefully you can still see what's going on over there. The dashboard is completely soft touch. Every single part of the dashboard is a soft touch material. 7-inch touchscreen. Volume dial is very good resistance. Same with the tune, I'm sure, no need to go through that. We can see our home screen in the menu. Sound settings, Bluetooth settings, clock settings, smartphone settings, RDS, display adjustment, all of that. Connections, media, radio, and phone. We have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so if you use navigation through your phone, you can mirror it onto your screen. My personal favorite to look at all times would probably just be this radio, even though we currently have the volume turned off for copyright purposes. Beneath that, the Civic-styled air vents continue. Hazards in the center, faux carbon trim, dual zone auto climate control, heated seats, standard. USB and USB-C port, no wireless charging pad, but that is available in the higher trims. 12-volt 2 gear selector controls a CVT transmission, which has revised tuning according to Honda. The backup camera, we can get a quick look. Not the best resolution, but we do get guidance lines and trajectory. Different views too for the camera. We have a wider view and a over-the-top trailer hitch view. Towing wise, the 2023 CRV Hybrid can now tow up to 1,000 pounds. I'll leave a link right here to show you what the non-hybrid gas engine can tow. I believe is around 2,500 or 3,500, but I'll leave a link, let you know exactly what it is. We also have sport and low gear. We can throw right back into park. Drive mode selector too. The drive mode selects, we don't get sport, but we get normal, econ, and snow. We'll leave it in normal for the entire review. Here we do get sport for the transmission, which we will check out. Electronic parking brake with brake hold, hill descent control, and auto start stop, which we can disable for this review. Behind that, 2 cup holders with these pushy things that keep your drinks in place. You'll fit up to 16-ounce cups. Additional storage, gushy soft for the armrest. The center console is massive. You're fitting a 12-pack of 20-ounce cans in here with no issues. Very impressive space, almost like a mid-size SUV. That's definitely comparable to what we would get from the Pilot. The glove box, it is damp, not lined with felt, wouldn't be expected, but it's pretty large. I'd expect you to fit 20, 25 license plates, so you'll fit a pair of shoes in there with no problem. Basically a frameless rear view mirror, very thin frame. It's not auto dimming though. You gotta pull this little flappy thing to dim the mirror. Interior lights are LED. Sunglass holder, very large sunglass holder too. We do get a rollover warning for a compact SUV, not very common. The moonroof, we can press this button, we give an auto one-touch moonroof. We'll see if it goes out any further. It does not, but poking our way out of here, it's a beautiful day today in Port Richey. It is sunny, 83, and basically 0 wind. We can shut the moonroof right up. That's about it for the front seat though. We can take a quick look at the engine start stop button if I didn't show you. I'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But hopping out back, we'll see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So up top, hard plastic, to be expected though, the base EX, that faux carbon trim continues, aluminum door handle, and still gushy soft for the armrest. A little bit of storage, similar storage to up front for the back seat. You'll fit a big gulp in that pocket, so better use of space compared to up front. We still get CRV above the speaker. The rear seats legroom looks very impressive. We have 15 millimeters of additional legroom. I sit far back, very reclined, and it still looks really impressive for a compact SUV. The seats are still cloth. The bolstering basically non-existent, but wouldn't really be needed or expected in a back seat. Legroom and headroom, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, and this is pretty far back. I can easily recline the seat forward a little bit, but I still have at least 4 or 5 inches of knee room, unlimited room for my feet. Very comfortable back here. Headroom, I have at least 2-3 inches. Interior light, LED. Ton of light brought in the cabin thanks to that moonroof too. But other than that, what you see is basically what we get. Air vents too on a base EX, that's definitely appreciated. Mat pockets behind the passenger, nothing going on in front of the driver. We do get a hook for this grab handle, only on the driver's side. We don't get one on the passenger side. We get a center cubby that you gotta jab your hand pretty far into to get. Pretty soft for the cloth. 2 cup holders, you'll fit 12-ounce cans with no problem. And the recline function, hopefully I can demonstrate it for you guys. So these are the seats right now when they're not reclined. You can fully recline just by pulling this latch and check it out. It's almost as if you're laying down back here. So for long trips, definitely appreciate it. There's no third row, of course, so you're not going to be intruding on anybody's space back there. Very impressive feature. We'll leave it there because it's pretty tough to reach, but opening up the door, we'll check out the cargo space real quick and then take this 2023 CRV out for a drive. So I don't believe we get a power tailgate for the EX. Press this button, we do not, so you upgrade to the EXL or the Sport Hybrid. But as you see, ton of space, massive opening, super low step-in. Check it out, I'm like 6 feet tall, my knees the same height as a step-in. So if you have older or smaller pets, they'll have no issues hopping back here. The rear seats fold down 60-40 split. You fold them down, I'd expect you to fit up to a 70-75 inch TV back here with no problem. The wheel well cutouts are pretty large, so you'll fit a golf bag horizontally. You'll certainly fit it diagonally. Secret storage, we can check it out. We don't get this compartment on the, hybrid trims, but we do get it here. Pretty large additional space underneath the floor for the spare tire. But anyway, that's about it, guys. We can shut this thing up simply by closing it. We'll take one more step back, get one last little walk around of the 2023 CRV EX, base EX with all-wheel drive. So really loaded with features. For the price point, you get a ton for the money. As far as performance, let's take this thing out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2023 all-new 6th generation Honda CRV. Let's take it out for a drive. First thing I noticed, in normal mode, the throttle does feel a little bit more responsive. I remember the 2022 previous generation CRV felt a little bit loopy in the steering and in the handling department. We'll see what's changed here on this complete 2023 redesign. The steering feels good in normal mode. Leaning out over here about third throttle. Yeah, not bad. Taking a step out here, we can open her up a little bit on the gas. Woo! Yeah, like I thought, we shift around 6,000 RPM, around like 5,800, but the acceleration is solid. Feels about the same compared to the 2022 CRV that we reviewed in this channel. Cruising along at highway speeds though, it is quiet in here. Thanks to the Bridgestone tires, I don't hear any road noise. The wind noise basically non-existent thanks to these very thick windows. We'll try a little highway pull. Never mind, because that guy had to get in front of us. But I guess some highway passing power on the gas. Ooh. Yeah, I can feel like there's like some VTEC going on. Once you cross about 4,500, it's like there's like an additional little shove in this little power plant. Not bad. All right, guys, we can test out a real world turning radius. This is unbelievably sharp on the gas. Ooh. Oh, that time we shifted at 62, 6,300. So a little inconsistency there with the shifts, but it's not real shifts anyway. It's still a CVT transmission, just ratios. All right, regular gas pedal, about third throttle. Quarter throttle. Good torque. Yeah, we hold around 3,500 RPM, which is right in the meaty part of this vehicle's power band. And as we're moving along, the steering feels on center. As soon as you start to turn the wheel, the vehicle is changing directions pretty well. We'll see if the lane keep assist is always on. It is. Okay, so see, it throws us right back where we need to be, but it does let us creep out a little bit. So definitely do not rely on it as a like serious daily safety feature. It's like in emergency situations, it may help you out. Definitely do not rely on it. Don't take your hands off the wheel. But I'm pretty sure that goes without saying. All right, guys, taking a step out here. We can try it out in this S mode, see what changes up. The throttle actually feels a tiny bit more sensitive. The steering, what? The steering feels a little different too. Wow, that's an actual sport mode. Yeah, barely on the gas. We're holding about 3,300 RPM. That makes a noticeable difference. Wow, and we're holding at 2,500 RPM, so definitely works on the gas. Responsive. Woo! Yeah, we still shift a little below 6,000. That one time we shifted at around 6,200. That might have been like a glitch in the system, but we do have a 6,500 RPM red line, so I'm sure that's there for a reason. But this highway has a little bit of a higher speed. Now I hear a tiny bit of road noise, but not a lot. definitely nothing worth complaining for, but it doesn't feel quite as quiet as that previous highway. We're also moving at a higher speed, but that all may have something to do with it. Yeah, the steering feels good, guys, I'm telling you. They made a huge improvement with the steering here. This feels almost like a Mazda CX-5. Not quite as good as a CX-5 with the steering, but it feels up there. It definitely feels better than a RAV4 with the steering rack. All right, guys, testing out the grippiness of this all-wheel drive. Wow, that was grippy. On the gas. Woo. Okay, it doesn't feel like through the roof strong, but it definitely gets up there in speed. I can see 0 to 60 happening around 8 seconds. I would like to drive the hybrid because the hybrid is supposed to do 0 to 60 around 7.9 seconds, but this feels right around there too. And in sport mode, we're still hovering around 3,000 RPM. So for fuel economy, I'd recommend just leaving it in regular drive. And at regular drive at highway speeds, we're at 1,500 RPM. So that's a big difference. That's half the revs. So you'll get much, much better fuel economy. But if you want to show off to your friends, do some acceleration runs, I guess sport mode is nice. The steering also gets a lot lighter in regular D, which I was not expecting. I figured the sport, since it was on the gear selector, that it would only really make a difference in the transmission department, but it doesn't. It changes the steering, it changes the throttle. It's a legitimate sport mode. The brakes feel nice. They don't feel squishy at all. You touch that brake pedal, it is immediately responding. The throttle is responsive too. In sport mode, it becomes more responsive, but even in regular drive, it's impressive the way this 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder responds. Usually turbo 4s don't have the best throttle response, but that's not the case here. Honda and Acura, they're famous for having very good responding vehicles, and that is certainly the case here with this all-new 6th generation 2023 CRV. If you're looking for a mid-size, or not mid-size, I got fooled because this is a large vehicle with the 1.6 inch increase in wheelbase, 2.4 inch increase in overall length, 2.7 inch increase in overall length, and a 4/10 of an inch increase in width. This is almost a mid-size SUV. So if you're looking to maximize cargo space without really maximizing the size of the vehicle, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2023 CRV. You have all the space you could possibly want or need. Luxury and features are all definitely there. Plus, it looks good compared to the 2022, which had pretty bland styling in my opinion. This is a huge improvement in terms of styling, standard features, unbelievable amount of standard features for a $31,000 base price. Yes, that's a little bit up there. It's a few $1,000s more than like a base CX-5, but you're not getting all these features in a base CX-5. You're not getting all these features in a base RAV4. Compared to the competition, the 2023 CRV comes loaded with features. If you're looking for a loaded base vehicle, which is still efficient, still peppy in the performance department, and very spacious, you don't need a third row, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2023 Honda CRV EX all-wheel drive. And a big thanks to Joe at Ocean Honda in Port Richey, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave links to inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa, Port Richey, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Joe, and huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you guys, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting all those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.